Hey yo, hey yo.
Showtime.
Showtime, ladies, gentlemen. What up, fellas? Fresh off of that Philly round trip. What's good with y'all?
My
Man,
boys.
shouts out to y'all. We survived a fucking hotel room. We survived Philadelphia. We survived that fucking episode of Atlanta we lived from
What a dream.
Thursday to
It was all
Thursday
a
to
dream.
Monday. Shit.
It was all a dream.
Yo, there was allegedly earthquakes. There was a lot going on, man.
Didn't feel a
Golly.
thing. Didn't feel a fucking thing, bro.
Not at all. South by South Pro Wrestling. I mean,
That was a vibe, though. That
nah,
was
it was
Had a
definitely a
lot going
vibe.
on.
Definitely a vibe. Ran into a bunch of people out there. Did a bunch of things out there. We're gonna definitely recap all of the above. But in general, it's good to be back on these here internet airwaves. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Took what?
sir.
This is like
We
the
had
first
two
show in
weeks
about two
off,
weeks.
man. We had two
Yeah.
weeks off. They was like, yo, what's going on? Y'all about to get canned? What y'all not doing the show no more? Had to let them know, like, yo, we got life going on. We gonna be all right. You see us at
Moving
Mania.
and
You see us
shaking.
in the streets. People that
Yeah.
was out at Mania caught us after the fact. They was like, wait a minute, that was y'all? And it's just like, yo, you should have just said something when you seen us. You know what I mean? It's all right.
It's
We was
all
dapping
good.
everybody up. Salute to
Yeah,
y'all.
we was outside heavy. Good to run into a bunch of folks. You know what I mean, meet some
Absolutely.
people for the first time. So yeah, man. So we're gonna get the show started, but of course, before the show, there is the other show, the pre-show, the intro. This week's intro survey
Run it.
goes as follows. Last night's Dynamite AEW episode of Dynamite, it was a doozy. But the question to go around the ring: was last night's episode of Dynamite better or worse than 2000 era WCW pay-per-views? I was saying off air, I can't really call it because I don't remember how many of those I saw, but it was a doozy. I'm gonna just throw my hands up and say that much. What y'all think?
Uh uh I won't say overall that it was terrible. I will say that there was some choice decisions made that made me feel like I had no idea that there's a quality control department. I mean, I don't know about that, but WCW, I'll give them a little bit of room still. I won't cook them. I think there's still room until it gets nuclear 2000s WCW level.
I'm going to go ahead and say that Dynamite this past Wednesday night was in fact worse than a WCW pay per view in the year 2000 because at least in the year 2000 we had Kevin Nash, Diamond Dallas Page, Goldberg, Scott Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, Buff
All right.
Bagwell.
Before we get into the survey for any reason, AO, or before we get into the pod, I should say, since he dropped Scott Steiner, WrestleMania Saturday night, minding our business. We're in our little suite area, and the door opens. A gentleman with bleach blonde hair walks in. A little dark patch right here, some sunglasses. Was leaving him
Holler
alone.
if you hear me.
And he just walks in. He looks around. He goes, "Meh." Then he walks out. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Scott Steiner. So WWE, WCW wrestling legend Scott Steiner was
Did he have?
was more than
He didn't have
enthused
the
Saturday night.
chain link on, right?
Nah, just all black. He had some dad jeans on. He was chilling.
Gotta have a chain link on.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
you gotta
walking
handle the production.
walking
I can't
around
click on
Philadelphia.
shit today for some reason.
Walking around Philadelphia with a chain link, whatever the fuck on the head is insane. Insane. But yeah, man, let's get this show started.
Peace to the gods, the ringside club pod. My name is A.O. Say you're the Ron the Don. Blame Boogie while you at it, blame Chad Law. K-Fabe is dead, break the fourth wall. Whatever style, whether it's lucha or strong style. Come through the venue, fly, burn the bar down. Back to the pad, chop it up for the par. Ringside club, intro to the squad as the show starts.
Peace, 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 peace. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, peace to the gods, of course, peace to the earths. Episode number 81. It's us.
Let's get it.
Mightiest of the mighty, the RSC, the Ringside Club, like we usually do, broadcasting live from the Empire Tri-State every Thursday night, somewhere between the hours of 9 and 10. Before we get the show really started.
Than usual.
Yo, we actually like, we're kind of on time today.
Who the fuck are we? Responsible adults or something? Like what?
81, man.
Taxpayers.
Like Rock Marcy said, man.
Definitely
81.
that. Definitely that. You heard that, Uncle Sam? We pay the fuck
Yeah.
out some taxes. You heard?
You heard?
You heard?
I mean, but you already know, before we get the show started, anything you need to know is at theringsideclub.com. All the past episodes today, all the future episodes are there. I dropped a brand new episode of the Signature Move podcast earlier this week. I think that was yesterday, might have been the day before, but whatever, it's clever. You can catch that over there. Peace to the guy, Ron. But of course, we're here live, broadcasting on Twitter, broadcasting on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, tell a friend, follow us across all social medias. We're everywhere on all podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, things of that nature. I mean, my name is A.O. Baker, man. Shit like that. What's good, y'all? Word.
Word. Yeah, man. You know, it's Blame Boogie. Fourth rope and shit. Ringside Club. Met a lot of cool people this past week. The internet, I guess, is kind of real. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, man.
For a while, I thought the internet was just like this fictitious place. And all of a sudden, all these crazy people I thought were made up showed up in real life, and shit was kind of cool, man.
Everybody
Mania
congregated, man. It was really,
Yeah, dog.
really fun to see.
I will say the most fun I had the entire weekend was with Black Guys Wrestling and you guys when night 2 when I lost my voice, just losing it at the story getting finished. That was a good time to be had.
We all screamed our fucking heads off, boys.
We were complete fucking morons that night.
It was
Shouts
fun,
out to Alexis Littlefoot. I have no idea what happened. She just like literally dipped out. I think she hit the casino when we were walking out. I don't know. We just we made it out alive, folks. We're here.
It was a long week, man, between seeing dudes twerk at Wale Mania, No Diddy Chant breakout, seeing Young Chris, Beanie Siegel, and Freeway all perform. That was really dope. It felt like
Dog.
for real state property reunion, which was so unexpectedly random. So 2 thumbs up for that. Wale signed to Def Jam, so for anybody that cares and listens to Wale music, I got that to look forward to. I don't know if I'll be doing a first listen for any Wale music personally, but you know.
Just before we get into any more fun, I figure might as well get the sadness out of the way. The Griselda family just, you know, they suffered a pretty tremendous loss this weekend right after Mania Night 1. You know, one of the staples of the crew, Inf, passed away tragically in Atlanta. So rest in peace. Hold your head, everybody. The whole Griselda family and his, you know, biological and family and friends and all that. But yeah,
also,
man.
R.I.P. to OJ. You know what I'm saying? The Juice.
Yep.
Just passed away this morning, man. Crazy time. And at least he had a good run, a good laugh with Cam and Mace on It Is What It Is during football season. He was tapped in. He had plenty of pause-worthy moments, so I'm sure they'll be saying something tomorrow on their program. So R.I.P. to OJ.
Mr. C. DJ Mr.
Done with
C.
the D. I'm Mr. C like the finisher. Rest in peace.
Rest in
man.
peace.
What a wild
Golly.
week, man. That was three back-to-back we just dropped on him, man. Whew. We got to lift the spirits up a little bit with some fun and energy. It's almost like we got to recap Dynamite.
Yo, you're on production, AL. If you want to throw any of the music on in the background, lighten the mood, go right ahead. I don't know why my screen's stuck.
While I find the music, man, look at these handsome young men right there.
Crazy.
Look at these handsome young
Look
guys.
at these fucking G's, man. Real G's.
Fourth rope.
Moving
You know what I'm
silence.
Look at him. It was a good weekend, man. Let me see what else we got.
It was
Your
fun.
man, look at this. This was dope. That was art by the man Blame Boogie. He did those
Hey,
beautiful
it was a successful
screens.
night, man. That
Bro,
shit-
I was
Fourth row.
watching those shits like I was watching TV. Like I really just had them on repeat. Saying, job well done.
Yeah, killed it. It was a good weekend. We hit Wally Mania on Thursday, Fourth Rope on Friday. We hit For the Culture on Friday. Peace to Jabba Tears for that watch party. We ran into mad people.
Yes,
Black Guy Wrestling
sir.
Pod was there. Black Wrestling was there. Public Enemies were there. Peace to Letty, those wrestling girls. Brian H. Waters.
RVD, Alexis Littlefoot.
Yep. Peace to my man Low.
Yeah.
Low was in the building.
Bro,
Gresh.
Mark Henry, like I met so many fucking people, it was ridiculous, yo. Like it's just like, what was even this weekend? Like I feel as a almost 40-year-old man, I turned into a 14-year-old kid all over again, and that shit was just like mind blowing. So shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to everybody in the creator space, everybody that was there working. Fuck it, man. We had fun.
It was moving.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. 10 out of 10 would recommend, would do again. Catch y'all.
I mean,
catch y'all.
Minneapolis, is that where we going?
What's Minneapolis?
That's where WrestleMania 41 is going to be.
Fuck no, that shit about to be
Because Philly was
Sub-Zero.
cold enough.
Look, the thing about it was like, yo, Philly was cold. Like, Boog, you went to the stadium, but you had the box, right? I think, yeah. Well, there goes Boog. He was in the box. Like, I was
Right
cool
back.
with going. I was cool with going and running around the city. You know what I mean? At the events, I'm not sitting in the stadium if it's cold.
I get you.
That's for damn sure, bro. Unless I'm, I don't know. But then again, like maybe I would, go to a Mania next year. SummerSlam, I think, might be popping too this weekend.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
In Cleveland.
they're gonna do it up this year. But yeah, man. What was your highlight from the weekend? From the whole weekend, moving around, watching some of the shows. What was your highlight?
Yeah, my bad, guys.
All right, you got money.
I'm going to go with. Are we talking about like all the shows? Like WrestleMania?
Whatever, like a highlight from a show, a highlight from running around. Like when you think back to WrestleMania weekend, what immediately sticks to your mind? What do you think is gonna be a lasting memory?
Seeing Cody Rhodes finally get a pinfall victory and win the WWE Championship. That one was remarkable to see because we haven't been treated to such a visual in 4 years that it really numbs you and desensitizes you to these Roman Reigns titled reigns and defenses. So it was pretty surreal. Like we've never seen it before.
My apologies, guys, who's not watching. You guys are listening. I dipped out real quick. I had to reset my my little connection here. But if you're watching, this is my view. AO just mentioned we had the owner's suite. Fourth rope was in there heavy on the first night. Shouts out to Westside Gun, my motherfucking brother, holding it down and making sure we all ate. Lovely Ricky Gray, Smoke Dizza, everybody up there. We had a great time. But this is the view from there. So I always shit on this stuff. I'm like, hey, who the fuck wants to sit in the owner's suite? You want to be right down there ringside? Turns out it's a great fucking seat. It was warmer than everywhere else I was. But night 2 was really a lot more fun for me if we're talking about my highlights, just because, I didn't have that suite on night 2. I was just rocking the stadium. I was walking around all over the place. I was looking at every view I possibly could of Lincoln Financial Field. This is another video I just wanted to throw up real quick. This is from night 1, just a view of the Rock's entrance. This shit was pretty dope. But yeah, man, that stadium was big as fuck. It's dope as fuck. And I will say the production crew, the TV guys, the camera guys, all the guys that put this shit together, the way they filmed this, because in person it looks dope, but it's a fucking football stadium.
That set looks amazing.
Bro,
looks
on
crazy,
TV, this shit looked
amazing.
absolutely fucking insane. And, the way it all came together was phenomenal. I couldn't help it. You guys know what I do. Probably a lot of the viewers, listeners know, what I do. I'm sitting there watching all these graphics go down on the X, the L, the big screen, all this shit going down. I'm like, yo, let me fucking program that shit, dog. Let me put my own graphics up there. That shit's going to be ridiculous one day when I'm able to do that. And I'm calling it into being. Chad said one day I was going to be a member of Griselda, wear a chain, fast forward, get a Griselda chain, fast forward a few years. And that was on the While You're Working podcast. So that's back there in the end of the pandemic.
Classic.
Fast forward to me actually doing a whole bunch of shit with them.
That boy was running around. They had
I
him
don't even
ripping.
know.
They're running.
Yo,
Shit is
They're
crazy.
ripping.
yo,
Shouts out
Boog was
to
in
DJ,
turbo
bro.
mode, dog.
Yo, D-Jack, if you're listening right now or you're watching, God bless you, bro. You were right. And we'll leave it at that. That's it. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. But I had a great time. Like I said, I met a whole shitload of people that knew who I was. Apparently, I didn't realize that. I thought I'm just like nobody.
This is the first time you met Hal Haney in person, right?
Yeah, bro. Me and Hal met up. That shit was fire, bro.
That's fire.
I literally, as soon as I met him, I just called him out. I'm like, let's fight right here. Fuck it. Mark Henry's right there. We got fucking Enzo over here. All these other people. I'm just like, fuck it. Let's fight, bro. His wife held it down. She made sure we didn't fight. It was cool.
Shout out to Hal Haney art. Yeah, man.
It's the art.
The art, the culture.
I do want to shout out one more person because I met her in real life. I don't know if y'all ever seen on Instagram. She makes like those enamel pins. She was on a baking show too. Marge JPEG or whatever. Her shit is fire, bro. I bought mad pins for me, my wife, stickers, all that shit. But I'll drop her socials in here. You guys could check her shit out too.
Word up.
Wrestling art. It's for the culture.
It's the art. Yo, for me, man, I had a good time. I dipped out early Sunday, so I caught Mania from the crib. But that Jobber Tears watch party was a good ass time, man. We kicked it with Letty. We kicked it with Graham CJ from Public Enemies. Peace to Sir Wilkins. It was good to meet Steph Hardy in person. Sir Wilkins put on a hell of an event. I haven't been to a Jobber Tears watch party in probably like damn near 10 years, so that shit was cool. They usually do them up here in New York. But just I mean, in general,
I have another person to shout out. I can't believe I'm still doing this. I have more shout outs. Bro, I'm like seeing the people that were working. Official JB Toys, the belt maker on Instagram, for making that Def Jam belt. He made the 4th rope belts. He made the HOG championship that Mike Santana's rocking right now. He's made so many belts. If you don't already follow him, if you haven't already
Santana
requested,
too. He was on deck at the 4th rope, John.
Santana was, bro. There's so much love out there. It's ridiculous.
Prince Nana was there.
Yeah, let's go with his
Danny Garcia.
The infantry. Shouts out to
Did
Captain
Nana really
Sean
break his
Dean.
hand?
Nana said his hand was broken. He wouldn't dap me up unless that's just some fucking, unless that's just some cameo beef because I caught him on the cheap cameo tip before he raised his prices and he knew the deal. I don't know, bro, but we'll talk about it.
How about Sabu popping up on stage at 4th row?
How about Sabu robbing whoever he robbed for the money? He robbed the promoter for bread and didn't show up to the Hall of Fame.
And man, Lauderdale was like, "Yo, he just has to come upstairs. All he has to do is just come downstairs. We already got the bread."
Oh shit!
Sabu was like, "Nah, I think he eventually did." Somebody's like, "Yo, I just
Sabu's
seen him in the
that dude,
front.
yo.
He's smoking an L. Like he's cool."
Yo, shouts out to Tom at TLA. Sabu tried robbing his folding chair. He broke it. It was a fucking mess. The whole weekend was fucking hysterical, yo.
Shouts to my man Nate from Storyline Tees. Popped up with him.
Suplex Vintage. Jesus Christ. Is this just going to be a shout out show?
might
Let's
as
just run
well.
through the
Literally,
shout
we
outs.
just like brought a bucket of shout outs for this one, yo.
That's
Robbie
it.
Fink.
Man, a lot of ball washing going on, man. Let's get back to the
Oh,
ring.
here the fuck he goes.
Nah, it's never no ball washing unless it's shower time with Solo Dolo, you heard? But yeah, man, in general, man, it was a good weekend. Good to see everybody. But yeah, the name of the weekend was WrestleMania weekend. We had a bunch of brand new champions. I saw this on the socials earlier. Not the best formatted image here, but the point is Cody Rhodes is a new champ, Damian Priest, new champ, Bayley, new champ, Sami Zayn, new champ. Which title reign are you most excited for? Like, which one are you looking forward to? I tell you the one that was the most surprising. A lot of people didn't think Damian Priest was actually going to successfully cash that briefcase in, so he's the new champ right now. Which one of these reigns are y'all looking forward to the most? Which one are you most excited about?
Chad, you want to start? You go right ahead. I'm still formulating some thoughts here.
Cody, just because I don't think he's going to have a long title reign, but it's going to be refreshing to see him with this belt and to see the people that actually can challenge for him until we get to Cody Rock, whether that's for a title or not. Damian Priest, I think, is going to have a 6-month or so reign. I think his reign will be pretty medium. I think till SummerSlam-ish. Bayley, I think, is going to coast for the next year because she's been deserving it. So I don't see anyone dethroning Bayley unless it's Bianca Belair to arc their story because they always seem intertwined. And Sami Zayn, he can lose the title to Gable next week, and you'd be like, "Oh, all right, well,
I kind of disagree with that.
Yeah.
So I guess my opinion would be similar but different. I guess I think the work that was put into the Universal, well, now the Undisputed Championship, the work that was put into the Heavyweight Championship, and the work that was put into the Intercontinental Championship single-handedly make them built up to where if this is a new season, I'm tapped in. I just want to see what the new season holds. Not even necessarily for these champions as much as these championships. And then as far as Bayley goes, I'm just excited about Bayley turning face and the crowd loving her again and her loving the crowd again. I think that's going to be fucking fire. So I'm just excited. I think the most out of all these people, this is probably a random as fuck take, but about Bayley. And then second most, I guess I would be most excited about Sami Zayn, just because he's held the IC title before, actually quite recently, before Gunther went on his little run. So we know Sami's done it before. I think he gives a little bit of credibility to that title. Gunther deserves some time off. And I think this is going to allow for a lot of these breakout stars that WWE is starting to develop, like Paul Heyman said in his Hall of Fame speech, to step up and fight for something. Cody, I think, is going to hold the title for the longest out of all of them. But I do think that it's going to be interesting watching Damian Priest fight, defend that title, whether it's against Punk, the get back for Drew, some kind of three-way, whatever the situation is. That would be kind of dope. And yeah, Cody, for obvious reasons, everyone's going to be gunning for Cody now. That little Avengers shot at Mania with all the good guys in the screen, or the X-Men 97 shot, that was fire. And I just want to see what that develops into. There's obviously going to probably be some jealousy, hatred, turning on him, things of that nature too. So a lot of good stories. And I think with, despite what, I know we weren't going to talk about AEW, but despite what Will Ospreay might think, I think Triple H is a pretty powerful pen, my friend. And he's got this shit in tow. Strap up for the next year. This next season of WWE program is going to be fucking great.
I just think Sammy's reign will be the shortest out of all of them because it's Sammy.
That's a fair take. That's a fair take.
It could swap hands and we won't lose sleep about it. We'll be like, he had a great rise to it, but now it's time.
It's also the most multiple choice title. Like, that one can change hands a little more than the other three, I think, at this point.
Yeah, because the other three are world championships. I mean, even though Gunther put a lot of prestige on that IC title for as long as he held it.
Yeah, I think those
Sami Zayn is like is one of those guys, like a quintessential chaser. You know what I mean? He's amazing at the chase, and he has the title, and it's like, all right. I think what's interesting about Cody's is he's not chasing anymore. That story is over. You know what I mean? Rock is going away. We don't know what's happening with Roman. Gunther's around. But the thing with Cody is, like, now that he's the chased, you know what I mean? Like, how long is he going to remain as popular, right? Are we going to get to a point where this is a title reign that people get tired of, or get tired of seeing Cody on top? Like, it's super early, so we don't know, but, fans have a tendency to be fickle like that.
You can't.
I see them going
just
Drew
come
McIntyre.
off yeah, I was going to say, you can't just come off of Roman and The Rock and face some fucking pussy. Like you have to, and no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I love that.
But who is but who would be that fucking pussy though? Because
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I don't want to It's not a slouch.
There's a lot of heavy hitters on that lineup. I'm just saying I want to see him go against those killers and not be against any non-credible threat. He's got to have all credible threats from this point on.
Oh, what you mean, like him versus Shinsuke again?
Yeah, I can't deal with that. There's no more Shinsuke matches. That's not happening. No Shinsuke's, no carrying crosses, unless they build him up a little more. I don't know. We'll
Cody Rhodes carrying cross headlining a WWE PLE would be the least tuned in PLE of the PLE.
I think what I think we see at some point during Cody's reign. We get the Brock. We get Brock coming back. We definitely get Brock coming back.
Oh, I would love that. That would be. I mean, that might be the only acceptable re-entry of Brock Lesnar into the WWE.
And it'll probably be at like one of the Saudi shows. They got the Saudi shows coming up.
I'm stumped as to who Cody will even face. Honestly, bro, I really can't call it. I genuinely can't call who his next opponents will be, and I'm just intrigued at this period of time that we're in right now.
Yeah,
So
I hope it's
That's
not
exciting
Orton.
to me.
I just hope it's not Orton for a while. I hope they hold on to that for a little bit before they pull the trigger on that, family friend feud thing.
I would
Don't
hope
forget we
that
have the draft coming up, I think, before the end of the month.
yes,
So we're
Right.
about to get some. Basically, for the next like week or two, it's kind of going to be everybody's just standing around, right? We're going to get probably some good matches, but the real movement and direction ain't happening until the draft, and I think that's in like 2 weeks.
I really would probably appreciate if they knew, the pencil movers knew, to take the title off Cody before the crowd gets AEW on Cody.
That's what I was saying. That's my whole point. Is like the risk I
That's
think
why I
that
don't think the
sometimes
reign will be long.
happens. But yeah, the risk that happens with Cody is they John Cena him, and people get tired of him and they
Yeah.
turn against him.
Cody is a year-long champion. Like, that's a
That's
stretch.
dangerous.
That's tough.
That's super dangerous.
That's tough right there.
But Austin didn't need to hold it concurrently for several years to be the star he was.
Fam, The
Orton
Rock
didn't
always
need to
held
do
the
it.
belt for like a week and a half for
Yeah,
like
super
You know
7
what I'm saying?
times.
Triple H. No one needed to hold it for that long to be
Nah,
that
Triple
guy.
H held that
Triple A,
belt.
he held it for a minute.
He held
Mick
it for a
Foley's,
longer
Mick
than-
Foley's
longer
than
gone
most.
real quick.
The Rock
Yeah.
is the only comparison that Cody could probably start to simulate as far as like, oh, I had the belt for like a week and a half, a month, and then like I'm done. No, I lost it. The Triple H.
And Cody is, you got to remember, like Cody is Dusty's kid. That's what Dusty used to do. He had like 3 or 4 NWA title reigns that lasted really, really quick because Dusty
Yes.
knew that the money was in the chase.
And if anyone's gonna relate to that feeling, it's the person who is just stared down on Raw. It's the man who was the 7-time, probably 8-time WWE champion. But if you couldn't name more than 10 matches from either of those reigns that mattered.
Yeah, exactly. But it's intriguing. There's a lot of moving and shaking happening in WWE right now. I love the look of Raw. I love the fact that they got rid of those big screens just to let more people in behind there. That small tunnel just looks so fire to me. It gives me
Yeah, I
like
hope they
old
keep it
Madison
up.
Square Garden vibes.
I hope they keep it up for real, for real. I like it.
Yeah, man.
I'm fucking with it. We got some news. What we talking about with the news, man?
We got the AEW pay-per-view schedule. So the next pay-per-view is Dynasty. That's in a couple of weeks. Forbidden Door, June 30th. Probably UBS, Long Island. It's just, this only says Long Island, so I don't really see them doing Nassau Coliseum, but that's their UBS arena's there. But that little bit of news dropped today. They got the
Full
full.
Gear stays in Jersey, usual shit. World's End in Orlando. Okay, that's
Nothing's
wavy.
really moving around too much. Like Chicago is another joint. London, we
Tacoma,
know,
they held it down.
last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
UBS Arena is a nice place to go to watch a wrestling event too. It's not bad in there.
World's End is different. World's End was in Nassau Coliseum last year.
Yes.
So now we're in Orlando.
Didn't you guys go to Arthur Ashe? How the fuck was that?
That was dope. That was
Really
for
good.
Grand Slam.
That was for Grand
Yep.
Slam.
Yeah, Arthur Ashe, that was a good time. It's a long walk from the parking lot over to the
Boy.
to the arena. Like a 10-minute walk, though.
Easily. Thought the walk we had at UBS was bad. That shit was nothing.
Shit, I had to walk from fucking wherever I walked to see Chad at the casino. That shit was a hike.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday?
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I was in the group text every time. Yo, throw your location on, bro. Where you at, B?
Yo, Chad,
I
drop
was
a
like,
pin,
yo,
bro. Where
dog,
the
I'm
fuck
literally
you
down
at, bro?
down the fucking building. Just down a building.
Like I just couldn't do it.
Y'all beat that traffic? Getting out of there?
Did we?
Yeah, we didn't really. I mean, I fell asleep in the car for sure, so I don't remember half that
We
shit.
'Cause the traffic Saturday was nuts. We spent about an hour getting back to the hotel Saturday.
Saturday took us at least like the whole duration of the Cody and Roman match from night
An
2
hour.
to get through, and then night 2, I think pretty much like most of the Cody press conference, how long it took us to get out of the parking lot.
Yeah, it was a weird night. There's a lot going on. Me and my boy Jim, you know what I'm saying? We're just, we're pals now.
So
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We go
that's
to
so
American-
fire. The autograph, I guess not a
2x4.
2x4, but
Yeah, a little mini one. We're about to, you know what I'm saying?
wait, he
about to-
autographed your wood? Pause.
Yo,
God
come on now, fam.
No, that was yours.
Come on now.
Nah, I'm asking. Was that your wood or was that not your wood?
I don't even know. I don't even know if we could just skip past this segment now or what. But yeah,
Still
you know what I'm
pause
saying.
on
I got the I got the wild 2x4 from Jim Duggan.
it. All
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Him and his wife just hooked me up. They just made me, they made me take the wild American version of the terrorist threats video. He basically told West Side Gun if he don't get his fucking red hacksaw Jim Duggan Estee Nacksaw shirt, shit's going down, and he choked your boy Boog out. That's all.
Nag Daddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Nag Daddy.
That guy's got energy. I love his performance. That was fire too.
Yeah, man. Really good project out right now. Stone Temple Pyrex. Fuck with it. Yeah, man.
Estee
Where we going?
Nack. Where we going? Shit, man. What are we doing? What do we got here? You want to talk about Paul Heyman's Hall of Fame speech a little bit? You want to go somewhere else? What do we want to do?
Best
You
Hall
want
of
to do the
Fame
news?
speech.
Got some of them notes? You want to
Yeah, there's some more news. The only other piece of news I got, I mean, AJ's talking about possibly retiring soon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he said his body fucking hurts.
But I could believe this, but you know when they say about retiring, you know how that shit go.
Only other thing I got this Friday, we have Windy City Riot, Chicago, New Japan, Mox versus Naito for the IWGP World Title. Heavily possible that he wins that. Bunch of good-looking matches on there. We got this. I'm going to breeze through these. We have Ishii versus Nick Nemeth. We have Matt Riddle versus Zack Sabre Jr. for that TV title. I don't know why Zack is back in the TV title picture, but all right. Eddie Kingston versus Gabe Kidd. This is a Riot Rules match where I think you don't find out who the teammates are until the entrances happen. But this is pretty much about to be a bedlam, no holds bar, pandemonium type shit. Mustafa Ali against Hiromu Takahashi. That's going to be pretty fire. Shota Umino against Jack Perry. That's going to be fire.
Dope.
Yeah, they built that for a little bit. Four-way tag match, Shane Hayes, Mikey Nichols, ELP Hikaleo, Fred Rosser, Tom Lawler, and Royce Isaacs. And your boy Nelson. Stephanie Vakir, who I've heard a lot of good things about. I haven't seen too much of her work. I think she's a champ in CMLL as well. Against Hazume, who's been making some moves over in AEW. And then we got Mina. Yeah.
Smart girl, Mina Shirakawa.
Some good shit going on. So that's on Friday. That's on New Japan World. I'll be watching it.
Gang.
That's all I got as far as news.
All right. John Cena talking about he might come back to WWE full time at the end of this year. He's looking to take a break from Hollywood. He wants to have one final run. Fellas, what say you on a John Cena 2025 run in WWE full time? You got with it?
100%. I'm here for it.
You got to
I'm
get
here
a bald.
for it.
Though. You got to get his shit bald. You got to come through with the bald beard.
Yeah, he got to chop that.
Nah, fam, they got the wild options for folks like that nowadays. He could come out with the Bianca Belair braid if he really wanted to.
What if Cena came back braided? Like he just had the Bryan Danielson braids where it was just like his shit was just, you know what I mean?
Nah,
Just braided up right here.
yo, imagine Cena with a full braided beard. You know what I'm saying? He just
Nah. Braided beard is mad fucking good
Cena
brothers.
with facial hair is outrageous.
But it would be different though. Him with a baldy and a beard is so next.
That's what I think happens, man. I think if there's ever going to be a time where we see Cena just try some shit, it's going to be on the last run, you know?
I think he's taking it seriously. He's seeing The Rock having a blast, and he's just like, "Yo, I think I can still do this."
Speaking of returns, what about exits? Poor Mick Foley. He said he don't think he's well enough to do that last match.
Yeah.
Listen, man, health is wealth. You know your body better than anybody else's. That was the one thing I was concerned about. I told him I'd come back for one more death match. No.
Yeah,
nah, bro.
Mick Foley got hit with a steel chair. We were genuinely all like gasp out of just complete like.
That's one of them shits. It's like I don't know that I'd be able to enjoy it in real time. You know what I mean? Like body slam this man and he can't get up anymore. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, nah, I get it. I totally get it.
But I think going back to Cena real quick, like I think like him coming back, I'm here for that. And I also think, like you mentioned, him being able to see how much fun The Rock is having, but also him being able to see that The Rock came back and figured his shit out in real time, and he ain't just playing the hits. He's trying something. You know what I mean? So Cena's creative. We saw what he was able to do with the Bray Wyatt, that Bray Wyatt WrestleMania match where he was just trying shit. What was that
You
called?
got to relax on being like a 1980s cartoon character in the wrestling ring.
That was the Firefly Funhouse match, the one and only.
The Funhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got range. Cena's funny as hell. Like,
I like this, but it's a little too campy for me. This like new shit that he's on, where he's just like big eyes, like give me a tag. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. What he's doing right now, like that's cool for like the pop ups, right? If he's coming back for a full run, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Work.
All right, I got a question for you fellas before you hit any more topics.
Sure.
Who holds the tag titles longer out of Mania? Awesome Truth or Grayson Waller and Austin Theory?
Waller in Theory.
Waller in Theory, definitely. Truth and Awesome Truth ain't really built to last. That was built for the pop. You know what I mean? Like a long-term R-Truth title run, I don't think that's using him to his best abilities,
Dog, did you see you see R-Truth come out on Raw with Judgment Day, just showing off his title? He's so proud of himself.
Man, pop right up like, hey, what up?
They could lose to Ciampa and Johnny Sameface at Backlash, and I wouldn't even
blank face.
I would not be surprised.
I was gonna say you wouldn't be mad. I was gonna say if you
I'd
really
mad,
wouldn't be
I wouldn't
mad.
be surprised if
bet.
Ciampa and Sameface won the tag titles.
I just want to make sure we were still friends. That was all.
Nah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna win the tag titles next.
Not word. I was just checking our friendship. That's all. No doubt.
Trying to be on the same page. We talking about.
Word.
Prepped and cooked. It's that time of the week where I'm just gonna run down two of the wrestlers that I've seen, comparing their records for the week with some of their stats previously. My prepped wrestler for this week is Pentagon Jr. Can't remember the last time I've seen Penta pick up a W, but you know what? Bigger things are to come. Pause. Phoenix will be back soon. They should be tagging, and hopefully with tag titles being situated, him and Ray Phoenix can get back to being a dominant tag team in the tag team division. Lord knows that tag team division needs as much credible teams as possible and not straight bedfellows. So Penta is prepped. I think he's so used to being cooked for me that it's like he's prepped this week. Fellas, what say you?
Jobber to the stars right now. Pretty much. Speaking of Penta and Phoenix, they're running that Cinco de Mayo with the House of Glory, 1 versus 1. I mean, Phoenix versus Penta would be fire. But yeah, right now, like that's his role. He comes out, he has great matches, takes the L.
We should go to that. We should just go to that show. Why not?
Low hit me
Mob
up. He
out.
said he's popping up, so
that
might
we
be
should mob out to that. Let's get Ron back in the mix.
Man, he's running out on assignment, man.
Yeah, man.
My cooks for this week, the usual resident. It was tough because when I look at the scale of a lot of the matches and results this past week across all the shows, a lot of these losses were pretty expected, but they also weren't too damaging because there's still a lot to come. It's a reset period. But my cook for this week goes right back to Shinsuke Nakamura, who continues to just not pick up wins. Meanwhile, Okada can show up and look confused and have a kick-ass squash match, get a title, and have the crowd hating him and loving him at the same time. So my pick this week, Shinsuke Nakamura, is cooked yet again. Fellas, what say you?
I have no reason to believe that he's going to win this championship at all, or a championship at all. But if you were ever going to try to rehab Shinsuke Nakamura a bit, that Sami Zayn title would be the move for him. I don't think it's going to happen.
I say send him back to NXT.
That could be a move too.
If we're talking about prepped and cooked, I know we weren't going to do it. I'll do it real quick. I'm going to change it up a little bit.
Brian Cage did not have a match this week, bro. Relax.
No. I'm just going to talk about AEW for a second. Quick second. I think one major tweak to their show yesterday could have caused number one, a pop in the ratings, and
It
positivity.
did pop the ratings. The ratings went up.
Way more. And more positivity coming out of that instead of the conversation that's being had right now. Today's Dustin Rhodes' birthday. If Dustin Rhodes won that title last night, I know that that's crazy, but we talked about it. We would have done it for Zelina Vega when they were in Puerto Rico. We would have done it for XYZ, you know, just the Sami Zayn when they were in Canada. If we could have just temporarily, you know what I mean, just throw it on him. We had Cody finishing the story. We would have had Dustin going out with as a AEW champion if he decided to call it quits after this. That would have been a pretty good feel good story. And you know, you guys have never heard me say this before. I'm not like the hugest Dustin Rhodes fan, but I thought that would have been a pretty cool little touch to the show if they did that. You know, Samoa Joe's great, credible, but with the clusterfuck of shit that's going on there in the title scene, and we're not really sure what's going on 100% with any of the stories, I don't think that would have been too much of a problem to have that happen. What do you guys think?
Nah, like the Dustin Rhodes just hasn't been a guy that's won, right? So my initial problem with Dustin Rhodes he was an eliminator match, right? So if he won, he would have had another
I wanted
shot.
him to win the eliminator. I think just for the sake of spicing things up, and with the birthday, him winning the eliminator would have been like, oh shit, like this added a little bit of intrigue to the Swerve and Joe shit. Because to be honest, that shit is getting colder and colder as the closer we get to the pay per view. Like we don't have time for.
Wait, that wasn't a title match last night?
Nah, it was an eliminator.
Shit, I had that wrong. My bad. That's what happens. Yeah,
but that was my problem. Like my problem with Dustin Rhodes being involved in an eliminator match is why the fuck is Dustin Rhodes involved in an eliminator match? You know what I mean? Like, how did you get to that point? Like it was saying, it was just, I think somebody just said, yo, we about to have a Samoan named Joe with one of Dusty's kids because that's what they did across the street. So let's fuck with people. You know what I mean?
I
it's
feel
more
the same
inside.
about like when I see Christopher Daniels in matches too. It's like, what? Where do we write that?
Yeah, it's like, yo, it's cool to have some of those matches, but when we start getting into like the title picture, even though it wasn't gonna actually fall through for him,
fallen angel.
Yeah, like that's time that could have been spent like doing something a bit
Helping
more creative with
Hobbs.
Swerve. Nah, not even Hobbs. If we talking about, what are they selling you? They're selling you a pay-per-view where on top we're talking about Swerve versus Joe for the title. So use that time to do something a little bit more creative with Swerve.
Joe versus Brian Cage maybe would have been, you know.
Nah, I'm not even talking about matches. I'm talking about a segment with Swerve and Joe that'll heat that shit up a little bit more.
I'm gonna be real. There's nothing else they can do. Like I hate hearing Swerve talk.
That's not true.
There's not enough time for a breaking and entering at Joe's house. So I just don't think that like.
No, that's not true. What I will say is they don't have the track record of being equipped to do that. But creative people come up with something because that's what creative people do. So get your creative people coming up with something.
Fucking company. So Samoa Joe can only have but 4 bars. You know what I'm saying? A quick 4 bar for him. And Swerve gonna hit niggas with the fucking. But wait. Let me tell you about the time when I had to deal with adverse. Oh man.
Because like the advantage that they have for this being a title match, but also a blood feud, is you can build on both. Like these are two guys that have been fucking with each other for a long time. So even if you take the title out of the situation, they still have a story. You know what I mean? They really don't fuck with each other, but we just bypassed all that and threw fucking Dustin Rhodes out of nowhere into this eliminator match. Who fucking cares?
You really.
That's what I'm saying. I thought they were going in a direction that they threw him in there.
A bright spot for me. That was a bright spot of a rather bleak Dynamite.
Nah, I don't know. The fucking Buck segment was just the Punk segment was just a black cloud that I couldn't enjoy the rest of the show. I was like, the vibes is done. I was looking at my phone. I was doing other shit. Like, I don't even care. Let's get this shit off my TV, bro.
You know, it was a big egg on their face because they took it off to YouTube. So that's when I was like, well, this was fucking stupid.
Aside from all the hoopla around it, what I can tell you my feelings were about it was just like, okay, like it's like we're just I was waiting for the punchline to drop. Like, where's the punchline? Like, what the fuck am I looking for?
I thought if you were going to go through all of that shit and show it, it's like, all right, do you have something that wasn't reported or is completely opposite of what people were saying?
I was expecting Punk to like run off camera with like Tony Khan's fucking larynx in his mouth, bleeding, running down the fucking hallway.
I thought at the very least Punk was going to be flipping tables and throwing shit, and you know, dog, somebody shoved somebody and they got broken up before some shit happened. I mean, like, there was no fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on now,
that's a waste of time and it's corny, fucking corny.
I will say one thought that I had that does kind of make sense to me that I don't know if anyone else is talking about, and I'm not saying it like because I don't know the guy like that, but if he really did want to leave, then maybe he just made it a little bit easier for him to leave by getting physical. If Punk was really trying to get out of there, maybe he pressed the issue a little bit. But whatever, it is what it is. It's over with. He's doing great. Everybody else is doing great. Jack Perry, hopefully, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but we'll see.
He's over in New Japan. Yo, Jack Perry has the
He'll be
number
back
one
shortly.
selling T-shirt. Jack Perry literally has a number one selling T-shirt right now on Pro Wrestling Tees. So
Turning him
Scapegoat?
babyface was an insane move.
Is it the shirt that says scapegoat on it?
yeah,
Yeah, of
Jack
course.
Perry becoming a babyface was so fucking wavy to me.
he's not a baby face at all.
I know, but you might as well turn him babyface with the way that crowd was just.
Hey, my son still listens to his
Nah,
baby fake
they-
music.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I think
nah. They were chanting
they-
for CM Punk. He ain't no damn baby face.
I
You know
think
what I'm
Jack
saying?
Perry's still gonna find a way to amongst the AEW crowd. He's the babyface. He's the popular guy.
Nah,
He is very
look,
popular.
what's happening? Like
Diehards.
this New Japan show on Friday is in Chicago. They about to boo the shit out of him. And he's gonna align with the Bucks when he comes back, who are also heels. So, all I'm saying, man, just for all parties involved, move the fuck on.
Yeah.
A whole human could have
Yeah, I'm
been
with you on
conceived
that.
and born in the time, as long ago as that shit happened. So, we're done here. We're done.
Yo,
Where we going?
you got a topic? What you got? You got
My
something?
topic was the Mania recap, so we did that. So, one of y'all fellas.
Boy, what you got? What you thinking about?
Let's see. All right. Aside from Jacob and Zilla Fatu,
Mm.
what indie stars or non-WWE TNA AEW talent can you see going up to either of those three factions? Or either of those three companies, excuse me.
Bring it? Yeah. Wait. What was this? What's the specific part of the question you're asking? Right?
When I say AEW,
yeah.
I mean AEW ROH. So either one of those.
It's kind
What
of
I'm
like
saying
who's
is-
popping on the free agent.
Yeah,
in the
aside
indies
aside
right
from
now.
Zilla Fatu and Jacob Fatu, whose names have been all over the free agent market, who do you guys see coming up as free agents in any of the bigger promotions?
Juicy Fatu.
I don't,
Met
I
him
don't
this
really
weekend.
see. I don't really see him. I don't really see him going anywhere.
Alex Kane, maybe? I think Alex Kane might could do something.
Yeah, Alex Kane. I think Santana.
Jay Bougie showed up in TNA.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Santana.
yeah.
He'll probably have a decent run. I could see him running over to NXT after he does his TNA thing.
I want Jimmy to go to NXT.
Who?
I want Jimmy Uso to go to NXT.
So they'll never leave it. Oh, to NXT.
Yeah, I want him to go to NXT. I think that main event scene could really use Jimmy Uso, keeping it a buck. I think it would be really dope, refreshing, and then he wins a title, adds to the bloodline, keeps it up, and he also wins a world title before Jay. So that subliminally keeps the feud going and pushes Jay even further. I think it's fucking awesome. Like, I caught that shit online, deep dive, and I was just like, this actually wouldn't be bad to see Jimmy Uso go to NXT.
You guys think Roman goes away for a little bit and Paul Heyman has a new client?
Solo. I think he just pushes Solo even more. I think we see a Solo Sokoa U.S. title reign this year.
Solo has to be on his way, like on the bounce back, because I don't think he's won a match since he beat Cena.
Right.
Like I think he's 0 for whatever since he beat Cena, but he's still pretty prevalent out there. So that's interesting though. Think about like, does Paul Heyman pick up somebody outside of the bloodline as a client? What's
Braun
Paul
Breaker?
Heyman's next move?
One of
Braun
these
Breaker
folks.
makes a lot of sense. Braun
Braun
Breaker makes a
Breaker?
lot of sense.
I think they were supposed to be bringing Baron Corbin up. Baron Corbin is going to be joining Braun Breaker, keep the tag team going, because everyone is a big proponent of the tag team right now. So they're like, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So Although they lost the NXT tag titles to Axiom and Nathan Frazier, which is fucking wavy, but good.
Why didn't they do that at the pay-per-view?
Just because it's one of those moves where it's like, you lose at the pay-per-view and then win at the following show, the rematch. This is the age-old trope. This isn't the first, second, third time we've ever seen this. I don't know why they do it, but, it's the go-to move. Good brothers. Eventually we'll get those belts. But Braun said goodbye to NXT, so he's going to SmackDown. I think, Boog, your question could kind of be switched around to the draft. Like, upcoming draft, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's going where in regards to the draft? Because we're kind of slow on free agents right now. Like, once you lock up Mercedes, Ospreay, and Okada, I think it's pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else. Unless one of these New Japan guys, Zack Sabre maybe gets a, free or big kid. But other than that, everyone's locked in with it.
Drew McIntyre hasn't signed anywhere yet.
He's staying.
Yeah,
bro.
his I think he's staying. His contract supposedly isn't signed. Seth's contract supposedly up in like 2-3 months. But
Seth's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even see them using AEW as like a negotiation.
Oh no, that's not. I don't
like,
see.
I don't even see it being like a bargaining tool. Like,
it's not anymore because like a lot of the stupid shit that's happened over the last couple of years makes people look a little twice. The WWE is like, all right, cool, you can go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We just set records on everything. We are.
You didn't see Gin and Juice, American Home Shield, and Dude Wipes all over your match. Like,
yo,
I saw
that was Dude Wiper mania, kid.
So
that was wild. Nick Khan misses no bread and Vince is dead.
I just don't see AEW being a spot for people to be like, yo, I'm going over to AEW. Like, I don't see that being the case for a little while right now, which could be a good thing for them so they can really focus in on what they have. Yeah. WWE, though, listen, we could have Jason Kelsey in a match against Santos Escobar in 2 months' time at this point. You never know what could happen.
I hope they do the LWO right now with Andrade joining the fold. I don't want that to just be some bullshit mid card fodder.
Yo, fam, I want a Latin American title on SmackDown so bad. Like, I think a Latin American championship would be so fuego for that whole division because they always are just feuding with each other and have been on a year-long run of having matches amongst all of them. So it's like you might as well put a belt up there. Not
that WWE isn't already the destination location, but that would make it more of a destination location for Lucha and for Spanish style.
I'm the Latin American champion of the WWE. Like, this is fucking, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but like, what does that mean?
Like the European title.
What does that shit mean, though? Like, unless that title is actually defended specifically in a region, like when they had the UK title, that was in the UK. If you have over here in America just all of the Spanish people wrestling each other and owning each other.
Well, maybe just bring the cruiserweight. Maybe just the cruiserweight back would be fire.
Is that just the way to mask it? Nah, just give them the Latin American title, yo.
What does the Latin American title actually mean, though? Like,
what does the U.S. title?
Chad is saying a title just for Latin Americans.
That's what I'm saying.
What is the U.S. title?
We can't.
No, you can't. You can't.
Canadian holds the U.S. title. Like, you know what I'm saying? What is this? What is it even mean? Yes, a Latin American championship would be fuego for Andrade and Humberto and Dragon Lee, Carlito, Ray.
That makes zero sense to me.
They're already going to be feuding. You might as well put something else over.
But do you understand what AO's saying? You understand what AO's saying?
You're gonna have like 10 people just wrestle each other just because they all speak the same language?
Yo, fam, we watch it every week on AEW.
And it's whack, so do something else. Like, move these dudes around, you know?
Oh, man. Yo, listen, Nick Khan is MDK all fucking day. I don't know if you've seen that. He was at Bloodsport.
At Bloodsport. Yo,
chilling with my boy Nick
watched our first Bloodsport event, and I thoroughly enjoyed that shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
We're all fans. Cool. I was not expecting to be a fan.
We all genuinely sat and watched Bloodsport as a team, and we're like, wow.
In the afternoon, like, you know what I mean? What time of day was that shit?
You know what I'm saying? We were actually like, yo, we should have actually stayed back from this event so we could continue watching the rest of this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's how intrigued this pay-per-view found us that evening. We're like, wow, leave in the middle of it? Damn.
Anything that could make Shayna Baszler compelling is just, you know what I mean? That shit's fire. You know what I mean?
Marina Shafir killing it. You know what I'm saying? Nick Nemeth just beating Mike Bailey because Mike Bailey don't win from any company to any company. From HOG to TNA.
Yo, you want to talk about jobber to the stars? Mike Bailey have a hell of a match with you, and you will win.
You have seen everyone here has seen 3 Mike Bailey matches in 2024. They know for a fact he didn't win, which is crazy. And the match was mad good, but it's like, I know he didn't win.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Crazy.
Even me. Even me.
You was there, yo. House of Glory. We watched it. He didn't win.
Yeah.
You could not have been.
He
You could not have seen
definitely
a Mike
did not
Bailey
win.
match, but you know that Mike Bailey didn't win the last match that he was in. Sick, yo. Super sick. I think that's another guy that could thrive in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He has a good style where I could see him like a Mike Bailey Ricochet match in 2024 might be pretty fire. You know,
Ricochet's taking over
fire
right now with the speed. I think he's gonna be the speed champion. I'm liking the speed division.
I haven't caught that yet. How was that?
It's exactly what we watch on Raw, but just focused. Just focused.
They have to be 7-minute matches or something, or how long is it?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay.
We clown 3-minute matches on Raw that look like the exact same match, but now they're just focused and they're for a championship. So I think I'm here for it. I was like, shit.
That's dope.
You could move a lot of people around without having to be in a weight limit now, which is essentially the open weight. The trios, not the trio. The open
I like
weight,
titles
you know what I'm
that
saying?
have. I like titles that have a concept more than a weight division because they're never going to stick to the weight division.
Yes, like Bronson Reed could easily beat Ricochet on Ricochet's first defense, and we'd be like, "Yo, good luck stopping Bronson Reed in 3 minutes."
So
Like,
he is the champ. Ricochet is
no,
the speed.
Ricochet is closing in on being it. I think he's going to be the champion. Like
Was
his
it a tournament
competition
going right now?
Yes, the tournament going on right.
Okay.
Ricochet is the highlight of the tournament. That's why they've been heating him up so much. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been losing. So
Have there been any draws yet?
no, straight up victory. So yeah, like I said, Ricochet is the closest to being the speed champion, the first speed champion, with the way he's been heated up. And I think him and Bronson Reed are going to be going back and forth that title till Bronson Reed wins. And then
You know what my
you'll
fear is,
only
though?
see Bronson Reed squashing people.
I'm afraid that people that have nothing to do at this current juncture just end up going to speed and
speed
like
champion?
doing the speed. Yeah, like I don't want to see Montez Ford as the speed champion. You know what I mean? Like that's not something I want to see.
That's not
I'd
bad,
rather
though. That
I'd
ain't
rather
bad.
see Montez Ford versus Cody Rhodes than Montez Ford as a speed champion.
I get you. But in the regards of where he's standing in the card, that speed championship might do Montez Ford wonders more than anything than where he's currently
I feel you.
right now.
I feel you.
I think this is the most intriguing title right now that's ever been created. It's not 24/7 hardcore bullshit European. Like this is literally 3-minute matches that we already watch on Raw and SmackDown, and then we go, man, that match was way too short, yo. Or they should have cut this match. Like, nah, it's like they're getting all the shit off in 3 minutes or less. Emphasis
that's
on
dope.
less. You know,
That was the cool thing about the New Japan TV chat title. It's 15 minutes, so you gotta go. You know what I mean? The time limit. So you put that 3-minute time limit. They ain't no bullshit time.
They're getting their moves off. So it's like,
Yeah.
like I said,
tap in.
that will probably be, to Boog's point, where you see a lot of guys like Akira Tozawa and shit just like having matches. But I think they'll credify that division enough to where it'll be just fine 6 months from now.
And I think that's something that translates really well to TV. Like, I think right now they're probably just getting the concept off to,
Yes.
move and shake and let's try some things. That would really, really pop on Monday Night Raw. And that helps to really move
The
Monday
3
Night
hours?
Raw. Like, yeah, that 3 hours, man. You get a couple of speed division matches on Monday Night Raw. Just it's basically what that is when you have a little bit of traffic and you just got somebody losing their fucking shit going in and out, that helps to open them lanes up.
Bro,
You know what I mean?
you could have it defended 3 times in one night. You could have 3 different speed matches in one night, just all 3-hour segments of Raw.
Yo, you could do a speed gauntlet match and that should be
That's what I'm
done
saying.
in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
that's pretty
2
dope.
qualifiers in the championship every week. You're
Right.
guaranteed to see a championship match every week.
Right. Yeah, do it.
WWE's TV title or internet title. But
Yeah,
I like
That would
it.
be fire.
It's
I like
it's intrigued. It's got me sold.
Yeah. I'm gonna check that shit out.
Speaking of
Those are on Twitter, right?
Yeah, it was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of championships, my topic was awkward belts on wrestlers. Now, some wrestlers just look rather awkward when they're holding a title. I mean, Cody holding the championship this past Monday just looked insane.
Looked really
It's gonna-
weird.
It's going to take some time to get used to. It's not even like the TNT title. The TNT title, I think, fit him perfectly. But this belt just looks like, you look at his photo next to The Rock, and it's like, yo, night and day when The Rock holds that belt. When they swap the belts, The Rock just looks like, yeah, this is my belt. Cody's just like,
He's still figuring out how to hold it. He got the suit on.
like, do I just put it over my neck like RVD? Like, what do I do?
I mean,
like,
you saw the way we felt about Samoa Joe's ROH TV title, how it was like just a little, like a small face Casio watch on him. Like,
yeah,
it just didn't look right.
You
Yeah, it
put
wasn't
that
even a
picture up.
G-Shock. It was just like the claw machine Casio. You know what I'm saying? Like that one.
You can drop that picture up for reference.
I got you.
But
So, certain wrestlers look very awkward with their belts.
yeah.
Triple H and the spinner belt was very, very awkward.
I mean, Yokozuna couldn't fit the winged eagle, so it couldn't be worn around his waist.
You're right.
I love the Fiend. Bray Wyatt's my guy, but him wearing the Fiend mask belt around his neck going to the ring
yes,
was just fucking
that
dumb
was,
to me. I
that,
didn't like that.
That was insane.
I wasn't a fan of that.
That was insane. What was another belt that caught me? Cena with the big gold world heavyweight title.
Okay, I can
Never
see
really-
that being a weird visual. It doesn't really.
Never-
Those aesthetics don't match.
It never just worked with me because of that belt. And then Cena, it's like Cena just is always fit with the WWE Championship.
Yo, quiet as kept, that big gold belt's whole run in WWE to me wasn't necessary. I look at that belt and see NWA or I see WCW. I never look at it and think of WWE. The only person it reminds me of in WWE is Triple H. That's it.
Well, they had to get rid of the whole idea of Scott Steiner being the last WCW champion. So,
Right.
got to just bring that belt back and add some flavor to it. Kane with the ECW championship. Anytime Kane had a belt around his waist was always wavy to me.
That and the Ruthless Aggression era WWE title are my least favorite.
Let's see, who else? Roman Reigns as the Intercontinental Champion was a very awkward period.
Yeah.
Looking at him now, him as the Intercontinental Champion was so next. What else we got? Sting with the TNA Jeff Hardy belt was pretty nasty. Goldberg is Universal Champion, maybe?
I forgot that shit happened, man.
That wasn't that bad for me to see.
RVD is WWE Champion. It feels like the Cody run is feeling like how RVD felt when he won the WWE title from John Cena. Like, it's so weird to see RVD as the WWE champion right now with the belt. Yeah,
Right.
You know what title I hated the most? Like the skinny icy title.
The one that Ezekiel Jackson held. Yeah.
Hated that title, man.
I had that as a child. I thought that one was actually all right.
I ain't even really like the one the one after the classic one that they brought. I think the Attitude Era one.
Yep.
It was like skinny. It was a little blue. It was
Yes.
like flat. You know what I mean? It really wasn't too much of a shape to it. I didn't really like that one. I can't get this picture to work, but yeah. Cody Rhodes, man.
Yeah,
Good
just
old
thought that
Cody.
was just a little interesting. Just seeing, thought it came to mind. Seeing
Their
people-
next pay-per-view is Backlash in France on May 4th. 1 p.m. Nice little Saturday afternoon vibes. Looking
That's
forward
gonna
to
be
that
fun.
one. Yeah.
What you think is going to happen for Backlash? What's the predictions we're throwing on it right now?
We were just talking like we don't know who's lining up for Cody, so it's hard to call. It's hard to call. It's not gonna be. We're not getting any rematches, so it's not Rock. It's not Roman.
I think we're going to get a rematch or something.
No, I mean for Cody. I mean
Oh, no, not for
Yeah.
Cody, but I think
Cody's
we
getting
definitely
somebody fresh. Cody's getting somebody who isn't gonna be really all that dramatic. We know he's winning, but it'll at least be entertaining.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
think
Cody's
Lashley and Karrion Kross in like a Paris street fight or some shit.
I just hope they don't play the Gunther card too early. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. I don't think Gunther's gonna be his first title defense, but I do think Gunther's waiting in the wings. You know, just
he's
ready
lurking.
to
I see a triple
for
threat.
sure.
I see a triple threat with Gunther Gable, and this is how Gable gets the belt.
With the world heavyweight title, you're saying?
Intercontinental.
With Sammy.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Sammy,
sorry.
Gunther, and Gable is a triple threat.
Isn't what you call it? Sammy said he was gonna give Gable a shot, right?
This
Yeah, he
coming
did.
week, no
He
time
sure did.
wasted.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen. That's what I mean by like Sammy could lose this, and we'd be like,
Cool.
Yeah.
He had a good run.
yeah, he had
Yep.
a good,
He had a good run. He had a good week run. Two-week run.
He beat Gunther. That's what's up. He had a WrestleMania moment. But,
He got the pop.
He got the pop, and
Got the pop.
now Gable's got the belt, and Gable's finally got the belt. Like,
Word up.
you know,
All right.
We
I
might
got an
wanna
exit
take
survey
this-
if you guys want one.
what you got.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's take this one
All right.
home.
All right. So, if
For the
you
art.
had to make a tag team out of the current 2 WWE Women's Champions or the current 2 WWE Men's Champions on the main roster, which one would you pick and why?
So women's, we have Rhea and Bailey.
Yep.
And men, we have Cody and Damian Priest. Judgment Day is very well represented, by the way.
Yes.
I might go Rhea and Bailey. I'll go Rhea and Bailey. They have there's the experience of Bailey. She's been around forever. And then we have the absolute juggernaut powerhouse of Rhea. She's hot right now. Super athletic. Bigger than everybody damn near in the division.
Right.
I think they do some damage. So Rhea and Bailey would do some damage, man.
Rhea and Bailey. The
Y'all know something
nasty
crazy?
tag team right there. Beautiful tag.
There's not much thinking that has to be put into that. I'd say the same thing. That would be kind of dope.
Beautiful tag team. I want to see them tag team for real.
Although the intrigue of Cody and Damian Priest's chemistry would be kind of dope to see if they have any working together. You know, be kind of dope to see. But I agree. Rhea and Bailey out the box would be my pick too. Ayo, take this bitch home, bro.
Let's get the fuck out of here, man. You already know the vibes. TheRingsideClub.com. Catch us on demand or catch us next week. We out of here. Peace.